Hey guys, it's Aevin with 2 Review. I hope you're all having a wonderful Sunday and holiday. I don't know about y'all, but the holidays, man, it's kind of exhausting. With Christmas and New Year's being so close together, it's hard to tell what day it is and what is just happening. So you kind of just go with the flow and hope you're still alive at that point. But enough of that. I just wanted to preface that I got a new studio mic for Christmas, thanks to my awesome fiance. He did good. I am still trying to figure out how to use it. It's been very interesting the last couple days. So please bear with me as I navigate through my noobness through this. I also did switch my editing program. So I was using Filmora Wondershare at the time. I recently switched to Premiere Pro. Now, they're completely night and day. It's definitely taking me some time to edit today's video, so there might be a chance that you'll see this Monday morning instead of my usual Sunday. But let's get on with today's video topic. Today, we're going to be talking about how we can make a profit in the winter. We have 4 activities that we can do. One is fishing. The next thing you can do is mine. You can also forge, or you could just look at the job board and see what they have available. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of each activity. This won't be a 5-minute tip video as there's so much information to kind of just go over in this video. So why don't we start today's video? So let's talk about fishing. Some people love it. Other people hate it. I, for one, love it because it gives quite a bit of gold. It's very easy. And honestly, you get a lot with fishing. You get fish, but occasionally you get a treasure chest that may contain a rare gem or artifacts, or just even materials that you need, like wood, which is kind of odd. Like, why would you find wood in a treasure chest? But hey, it is what it is. So let's talk about the pros of fishing. It doesn't require much. All it requires is a body of water and a fishing pole. Now, in the beginning, you get a free fishing pole from Willie. If you kept that, hey, you are in for a treat for fishing. The next pro, you can receive more than just fish. Like I said prior, you could get a treasure chest that has rare gems or artifacts or even just material. The rare gems is what we're looking for because sometimes if you pull a chest, you can get a prismatic shard. When that happens, if you have the desert unlock, take that shard to this little area at the very top of the map in the desert and just stand there with the shard up in the air and you'll get a really nice reward. Anyways, segueing back to our pros, it also doesn't require a lot of energy, but bear in mind if you are planning on doing this the entire day, bring some food with you because if you're going to be doing that from 6 in the morning till like 1 in the morning, you are not going to have enough energy for that. So your character will require some type of nourishment. The last and final pro is you have options of where you want to fish. It's not just one area. You can go to several. Now, I would recommend for fishing in the winter to do it in the mountain lake area. The mountain lake area has the most profitable fish during the winter. From there, you want to fish in the river and then the ocean. But don't miss out on the night market submarine. That has some pretty profitable fish as well. Now let's move on to our cons about fishing. It can get very annoying, especially if you have a fish that's a lot higher level in fishing than you. You're going to have that bobber going up and down like a little deflated balloon. So yes, there is some annoyance to that. Also, you do need to time the treasure chest with your bobber. If you're not timing it and you're not focused on that, you will miss out on that. Another con is you could be wasting time if you're missing a lot of fish. So when you are missing a lot of fish, just take that time to maybe think of something else to do. Maybe go into the mine or go look and forage. Maybe just you could be just kind of getting sick of the fish and just getting frustrated. So it's best to take a break. But I definitely understand how fishing can be frustrating. So moving on, we're going to be talking about mining next. So when it comes to mining, this is definitely an activity that I somewhat enjoy doing, but I do it because, hey, there could be something interesting happening in the mine that I don't know about. So this activity does require a lot of focus, but let's talk about the pros before we get to the cons. Now, with the pros, when you're in the mine, it does give you gems and geodudes. With the geodudes, it can contain some pretty profitable material or just gems in general that you could use either by giving them to Gunther or just selling them. I, for the most part, just give them to Gunther, and if I get duplicates, I give them to Clint. But overall, I haven't really received that much profitable gems yet, but then again, I'm not that far on the tube review farm. My other farms have been a bit further, and I've received some pretty profitable gems. Now, coming back to the pros, you're able to fish in the underground caverns, but you're not really there to fish. But that is a pro that you can do, especially if you're planning on trying to get that fish in the community building for the fish tank. They are located in the mines. You also get a lot of rocks. Now, if you're trying to pave your farm, great place to farm rocks, because that's what I'm doing right now and I keep running out. So just come right here. You'll get a lot of rocks for your pavement. Also, every time you complete 5 levels in the mine, you get a reward. So whether it is a piece of armor or a weapon or even some rings to help you fight off all the baddies in there, hey, that is definitely a plus. But there are cons with the mine. And I feel like, to me, I'm going to be a bit transparent with this. I'm leaning more towards the cons because there is a lot of stuff that goes on within the mines. And if you're not paying attention, you're pretty much just dead. So let's talk about the cons. Within the cons, you have to pay attention to the time. You got to take in consideration how long it's going to take you to get back to your ladder, how long it's going to take you to get back to the surface, and how long it's going to take you to get back to your farm. If you don't have a teleporter totem, you might be falling asleep in the mine, and you don't want to do that. Now, another thing is bag space. If you do not have enough bag space, you're going to have to start picking and choosing what you want to keep. Is this worth keeping or is this worth keeping? Another thing to pay attention to is your health and energy bar. If you die in the mines, you do lose some of the items in your bag, and you definitely don't want to do that. Now, let's move on to our third activity that can get some profit for us. So let's talk about a very simple activity, and that is foraging. Pretty much all you do is you wander around aimlessly looking for stuff on the ground. Very simple. Nothing to it. Now, the pros of this activity is it's very easy to do, and it doesn't require energy. You don't have to be focused to do this. Seriously. So when you're wandering around, all you gotta do is just look to see if there's any items just laying about. The only con to this is that it does take time to get from area to area. So say you're in the cinder sap forest and you're trying to comb through that, just making sure that you cover every inch, trying to get everything there just so you don't miss anything that could be profit for you that day. Now, when you're doing that, you could take in game time, like maybe an hour or two just to do that. And you still have to cover the rest of Stardew Valley. So you got to go around the actual town. You got to go in the back forest. You got to go to the bus stop area. You have to visit the train station. There's a lot of places that you do have to visit in order to make sure you're maximizing everything for foraging. Also, don't sleep on not going to the actual desert. Those coconuts and cactus fruit do give you quite a bit of profit, but it does cost 50 gold to get there. But that's it. You could probably easily make that profit by just getting one coconut. So it's worth it to go there just to see if there's anything available for foraging there. Now, moving on, we do want to talk about the fourth and final activity that you can do to get a profit. So let's talk about the final activity, and that is the Help Wanted board. With the Help Wanted board, you're able to get a job and get some gold by completing a task. Most of the tasks are, do you have this item? Or you need to collect such and such ores or defeat such and such monsters in the mine. Now, sometimes it's fairly simple and it does yield pretty well. With the pros in this, when you do these tasks, sometimes you do gain reputation with the person that's assigning you that job. So it is worth it to do it just to get that little bit of reputation to help your relationship with that villager. The cons to that is you can only do it once. Sometimes there isn't any job openings and it could go on for like maybe 2 to 3 days where you won't be able to have a Help Wanted job ad to do. So just make sure to fill the time with some other activity if you do plan to do that. Don't just solely rely on that because you won't really make that much gold. It'll just kind of be wasting your time. Now, if that is your plan and you're just using the extra time that you have to just decorate your farm, hey, go for it. All right, guys, that concludes our video for this Sunday. Hopefully that gives you some insight on what to do during the winter. I would really appreciate it if any of you guys could like drop a comment and let me know how, like, what do you think about my new mic? Is it sounding better compared to my other videos? I know a lot of people have told me that I do sound quieter. So hopefully this helps with my quiet audio. The mic is a lot closer to me now, and hopefully you don't hear a lot of those weird mouth sounds, but I'm sure you will. But overall, I do appreciate you guys' feedback so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Y'all take it easy. Have a great one. Bye.